everybody, welcome to 21st Century IAS Delhi's C.A.R.E initiative, Current Affairs through Reverse Engineering. Here's an announcement. Our prestigious upskill program has now come up with UPSC Confidence Covenant module. This includes 100 days plan for 1000 marks mains, 300 hours intensive lectures, 10,000 plus MCQs via previous year questions, 1000 plus mains, question and answers. And for our old students, there's 50% concession and course is available in online and offline mode. It is starting from 1st November. Do attend the workshop at 10 a.m. in the first floor, Old Rajendra Nagar, near Agarwal Suites, above Muthoot Finance, New Delhi. Tomorrow, that is 1st November, 21st Century IAS Academy, Delhi, is inviting you to a scheduled Zoom meeting on the topic UPSCale Meditational Mentorship at 10 a.m. The link is provided in the description. Do attend the meeting. Let us get into the first article for the day. Supreme Court denies bail to Sisodia. The Supreme Court on Monday dismissed a plea for bail filed by former Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia, who is facing money laundering and corruption charges in the liquor policy case. MCQ on this topic will be under the theme privileges for MLAs and MPs. So you can expect a MCQ in the actual examination under the theme privileges to the members of parliament and members of state legislative assembly, right? We'll get into the MCQ. First, we'll solve the previous year MCQ and then come to this question. Consider the following statements about the Constitution of India. A member of parliament enjoys freedom of speech in the parliament as a parliamentary privilege protected by the Constitution of India. You have to understand one thing, that this is different from Article 19.2. Okay, this particular privilege is not under Article 19.2, but it is under Article 105, Clause 1. Okay, so under this article, a member of parliament enjoys freedom of speech in the parliament as a parliamentary privilege. Okay, and there are exceptions to this article. One exception is mentioned in Article 118 and the other in Article 121. Now, what is mentioned in Article 118? Freedom of speech should be in accordance with the constitutional provisions and rules of the parliament. Okay, and in Article 121, the MPs are restricted from discussing the conduct of judges of Supreme Court and High Court in the Parliament. So these two are the exceptions to Article 105 Clause 1. Please remember this one so that it will be easy for you to eliminate statements. Alright? Yeah. The Constitution has vested the power to amend the Constitution in the Parliament. Of course, yes, this is under Article 368 Part 20 of the Constitution. So both the statements are correct. Now we'll come to this question. Consider the following. How many of the statements mentioned above are privileges available to Member of Parliament under the Constitution of India? You have to be very, very, very careful when you're answering polity questions, because this is a catch. Okay, whether it's mentioned in Constitution or not. Such questions were repeatedly given in the actual examination. Alright? Yeah. Exemption of members from liability to serve as jurors, prohibition of disclosure of the proceedings or decisions of a secret sitting of the House, right to commit persons for breach of privilege or contempt of House, whether they are members of House or not. All these are privileges. Yes, agreed. However, they are not mentioned or available under the Constitution of India under some article. Okay. They are recognized as privileges under rules of procedure and conduct of business in Lok Sabha and certain other laws. So, these are privileges, agreed, but you have to also be very careful of this part of the question, whether they are mentioned in the Constitution of India under some article or not. No, they are not mentioned in some article, so none is the answer here. I hope you got my point, right? So be very, very careful. Next article. Way through the maize. A farmer spreading maize kernels for drying after harvest in the National Highway 65 in NTR district of Andhra Pradesh. Maize is the most important food crop in the country after rice and wheat. It is cultivated throughout the year. These two can be potential statements in MCQs. Alright, and the theme here would be Rabi and Kharif crops. Rabi and Kharif crops. Alright, so these two can be potential statements. After rice and wheat, maize is the most important food crop, that is one thing, and it is cultivated throughout the year. Please remember these facts. Next, consider the following statements with regard to maize. It is known as queen of cereals because of its highest genetic yield potential. Yes, this is true. And this statement, half of the statement can be asked as question and can be given as 4 options. The rest of the half statement. Why is queen of maize called the queen of cereals? Because A, B, C, D. They can give you some reasons, and the correct reason would be highest genetic potential yield. Alright, it is known as queen of cereals because of its highest genetic yield potential. So this is correct. It is the only food cereal crop that can be grown in diverse seasons, ecologies and uses. Yes, because we've already seen it can be grown throughout the year. Okay, yeah. It is native to Central Asian region. Yes. It is a Rabi. No, it is not a Rabi crop. This is gone. So 3 statements are right. Please mug up. What are the Kharif, most important Kharif and Rabi crops? Okay. What do you have in Kharif crops? You will have rice, maize, millet, ragi, pulses, soybean, groundnut. And in Rabi crops, you will have wheat, barley, mustard, oats, gram, linseed. Please mark these up because this is an important theme for prelims. Okay. Yeah. Now, with reference to palm oil, consider the following statements. Now, why was this given in the year 2021? It's because the National Mission on Edible Oil Palm, which was launched in the year 2014 and 15, was frequently in news in this particular year. Alright, so this question was picked up. The palm oil tree is native to Southeast Asia. No, this is wrong because it is native to West Africa and it needs tropical climate with high water requirement. Please be very careful. One tree needs at least 300 liters of water per day. You're getting my point? So it is quite high. Alright, so this is wrong. First statement is wrong. When you know first statement is wrong, A is gone, C is gone, D is gone, B is the correct answer. Okay. Now you have to understand one thing. You might confuse with palms which are grown in West Asian countries. Alright. See, palm trees, there can be oil palms and there can be date palms. Date palms need very less amount of water. That is 400 to 900 liters of water per year. Whereas oil palms, on the other hand, need 300 liters of water per day. So these date palms are grown in the desert area of West Asian countries. Okay, but oil palms are not like that. Okay, yeah. Next article. Researchers identify new mushroom species from the Western Ghats. See, whenever there is a new species that is identified, just scan the article, okay, and make 1-2 line notes. Alright, yeah. And this will come under the theme environment, and under that you will have new species in news. Environment and new species in news is the theme. Now, which region is the home to recently discovered species Candylomyces albosquamosus, named for the distinctive white woolly scale-like structures on its cap? It is the Western Ghats. Okay. See, a previous year question is sounding similar to this one. With reference to Gucci, sometimes mentioned in the news. Consider the following statements. It is a fungus. Yes. It's grown in some Himalayan forests. Yes. It is commercially cultivated in the Himalayan foothills of northeastern India. No. This is wrong because they grow in the wild mostly. So when 3 is wrong, this is gone, and 1, 2 are correct. So C is the answer. Next article, easing the transport of cargo by railways. There is an immediate need to develop common user facilities at cargo aggregation and dispersal points in mining clusters, industrial clusters and large cities. See here, the other day we have seen that there is cross subsidy that is happening in railways, and there is excessive capital expenditure that's happening. So what are the solutions for that? The articles are dealing with that one, and in the prelims perspective we'll look into the MCQ. Consider the following: airports, waterways, mass transport, logistics infrastructure. How many of the options listed above is or engines of PM Gati Shakti plan? Some basics about PM Gati Shakti plan. It was introduced in the year 2021 on August 15th. Why? For holistic infrastructure development, and 16 social sector ministries are associated with this particular plan, and there are 7 engines in PM Gati Shakti plan. We'll just see what are those. Number 1 is the railways, second roads, ports, waterways, airports, mass transport and logistic infrastructure. Now we'll get back to this question. How many of the options listed above is or engines of PM Gati Shakti plan? Airports, yes. Waterways, yes. Mass transport, yes. Logistics infrastructure, yes. So all the 4 is the answer. Okay, the context for this is this news article and this issue that is happening in railways. Fill vacancies in CIC, SIC's top court tells the center and states. Okay, the Supreme Court on Monday directed the center and the states to immediately take steps to fill up vacancies in the Central Information Commission and the State Information Commissions before they become defunct. Okay, now we can expect a question under the theme constitutional and extra constitutional bodies and statutory bodies. Okay, this is a topic in prelims, right? Okay. Now we'll get into the MCQ related to this. Consider the following statements. State Information Commissioner shall be removed from his office only by the order of the President on the ground of proved misbehavior or incapacity. This is true. While inquiring, the State Information Commission has the powers of a civil court. This is also true. So both the statements are right. Okay. Next, which one of the following can be provided under the Right to Information Act of 2005? Can be provided, right? Information leading to an incitement of an offense? No, this you can eliminate through common sense. Information leading to the disclosure that may constitute contempt of court. Contempt of court is a serious issue, right? So this is also wrong. If you are giving an information and it is leading to contempt of court, that information we cannot give under RTI. Common sense. 2 is also gone. Conditional disclosure relating to information of intellectual property. This we will hold. If you are not confident about whether it's right or wrong, we'll come to statement D. Information relating to cabinet papers recording deliberations of Council of Ministers. This is not there. So C is the right answer. Okay. Now next article. SAT questions SEBI's ban on key roles for Z's Goenka. Tribunal allows market regulator to proceed with investigation into alleged diversion of Z Entertainment Enterprises Limited funds by Goenka and Chandra for personal financial gain. So this can be used in your ethics paper too. Now we'll see this article in a prelims perspective. Consider the following statements with regard to Securities Appellate Tribunal, SAT. It is a statutory body established under the SEBI Act of 1992. Yes, under this act, the Appellate Tribunal was also constituted. Next, it hears and disposes of appeals against others passed by Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority, Insurance Regulatory Development Authority of India. This is also true. So both statement 1 and statement 2 are true. Yeah. Consider the following statements. Life Insurance Corporation of India is the oldest insurance company in India. No, because Life Insurance Corporation was established in the year 1956 on 1st September. However, during the East India Company rule in the year 1880, there was one insurance company, that is Oriental Life Insurance Company. It was established by Europeans in Calcutta. So, first statement is gone. If first statement is wrong, A is gone, B is gone, D is gone, C is the right answer. Even if you know one statement, sometimes you can arrive at the answer. Even if you know that one statement is absolutely wrong, you can eliminate the options sometimes. Alright, so be careful of such questions also when you're handling such questions. Next article. Finance Minister urges closer global cooperation to halt smuggling NAB masterminds. Okay, now the context here is Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman on Monday called for greater intergovernmental cooperation to crack down on global smuggling networks with a focus on capturing the masterminds behind them as a strong deterrent. Okay, now there is an organization that's mentioned in this article, that is WCO, World Customs Organization, and there can be a potential question in prelims about this particular organization. Alright, we'll get into the MCQ. Consider the following statements with regard to World Customs Organization. It is an independent intergovernmental body established in the year 1952. This is true. India is the founding member of the Customs Organization? No. See, whenever you are reading organizations under the theme international organizations, you have to concentrate on four things. 1. When was it established? 2. Where is its headquarters? 3. Is India a founding member or not? If it's a founding member, it's fine. If it's not a founding member, is India even a member? Did it join later? These four things you have to have basic idea about international organizations. Alright? So, India is not a founding member of this organization. It later joined this organization in the year 1971. Okay. Its secretariat is located in Brussels, that is in Belgium. True. So, only two statements are right. I hope you understood this, how to tackle and how to prepare for this theme, international organizations. Yeah. Next, previous year question. The World Intellectual Property Organization is a specialized agency of the United Nations systems of organizations. This is true. WIPO is headquartered in Rome. This is wrong. It is in Switzerland, Geneva. Okay, you know one is wrong, so B is gone. You know 2 is wrong. That means A and C are gone. D is the answer. Without reading 3 and 4, you got to the answer. Why? Because you know these basics. When was it established? Where was it established? I mean the headquarters. Where was it established and the headquarters? Sometimes these both can be different. See here, WIPO has its headquarters in Rome. This is absolutely wrong statement. If you know that this is wrong and this is right, you can arrive at the answer. That is the advantage you will have if you are preparing like this. Alright? Yeah. Next article, on World Thrift Day, think of physics. World Thrift Day is observed on October 31st to promote saving money and developing a sense of financial prudence. Now, what is the link between this and physics? The article says that we are taught to save for rainy days as we grow up, from being the owners of the piggy bank to the possessors of a bank account. It so happens that our vast universe scheme of operations also has an economical character. Action in physics is defined by the change in energy of a system over time. The conservation laws in physics follow the principle of least action. They imply that all energy is conserved and as is the total momentum. Nothing is deleted or destroyed, only conserved. All the phenomena that happen from the subatomic world to the galaxies follow the path of least action. Okay. The basic idea is that nature has a certain purpose to fulfill and thus follows an economic path. So they are relating our savings attitude to the principles of physics. Okay, and what is that principle? The path of least action. Okay. Here, least doesn't mean minimality. Instead, it means that a physical system between any two points in space-time evolves along a path that minimizes or maximizes the action depending on the outcome of the process. Okay, so the entire gist is this. Our universe scheme of operation also has an economical character. That is, our universe is also thrifty. Physicists generally attribute this to the principle of least action. Now we'll get into the MCQ. Which fundamental principle in physics states that the path taken by a physical system between two points in space-time is the one for which the action and integral quantity is minimized? It is principle of least action. Which one of the following statements about gravitational force is not correct? It is experienced by all bodies in the universe. Yes, every single particle experiences it because it has certain mass. Every particle has certain mass, and anything that has mass will experience this. It is dominant force between celestial bodies. Yes, because they are huge bodies having huge masses. It is negligible force for atoms. This is also true because the atoms are very, very small, right? That's why. It is same for all pairs of bodies in our universe. This is wrong. We just said, right, that it is directly proportional to mass of the body. So, different masses, different gravitational forces. So, this is wrong. Next article. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman inaugurates the first global conference on cooperation in enforcement matters. She also launches phase 4 of the operation C.A.R.E to curb the illegal trade of timber, including red sanders. Operations. This is also a theme in UPSC. Okay? I mean, according to previous year questions, this is also a significant theme. What is the primary objective of Operation C.A.R.E 4, an initiative jointly carried out by the Indian Customs and DRI? DRI is what? Directorate of Revenue Intelligence. To prevent smuggling of wildlife species? No. To prevent smuggling of narcotics and drugs? To prevent the smuggling of timber, particularly red sanders? Yes, because we have just seen, right? Red sanders, Operation C.A.R.E. Yeah. This is the previous year question. With reference to red sanders sometimes in news, consider the following statements. It is a tree species found in a part of South India. This is true. It is one of the most important trees in the tropical rainforest areas of South India. It is not tropical rainforest. It is tropical dry deciduous forest of Palakkad and Seshachalam hills. So here it should be tropical dry deciduous forest. So this is gone. One is right. Next article. Multinational collaborative frameworks must to tackle maritime challenges of Indian Ocean region. We'll see the MCQ. What is the BBNJ Treaty, also referred to as the Treaty of High Seas? What is the full form of BBNJ? It is Biological Diversity in Areas Beyond National Jurisdiction. Biological Diversity in Areas Beyond National Jurisdiction. It is within UN clause. Now, what is UN clause? UN clause is United Nations Convention on Law of Sea. Alright, yeah. Now, we'll just see this one. What is BBNJ Treaty? Regulation of international trade in rare aquatic species? No. Because biological diversity, if you know the full form, going by the full form, biological diversity doesn't only restrict itself to aquatic species. It is a broader term, right? So, this is a narrower statement, so it is gone. Conservation and sustainable use of marine biological diversity in international waters. This is correct because it has this word biological diversity and the full form also has that. This is correct. Next, previous year question with reference to UN clause, consider the following statements. Now, you have to understand few things about UN clause. Many people will be having confusion with respect to one diagram. See, suppose this is the sea water and this is the baseline. 12 nautical miles from baseline is the territorial sea. 24 nautical miles from the baseline is the contiguous zone. 200 nautical miles from the baseline is the exclusive economic zone. Okay, please be very careful about this one. Okay, United Nations Convention was in place in the year 1982. A coastal state has a right to establish the breadth of its territorial sea up to a limit not exceeding 12 nautical miles. That's what we said. First 12 nautical miles is the territorial water. So, 1 is correct, B is gone here. Ships of all states, whether coastal or landlocked, enjoy the right of innocent passage through the territorial sea. Of course, yes. The exclusive economic zone shall not extend beyond 200 nautical miles from the baseline from which the breadth of the territorial sea is measured. We just saw, right, 200 nautical miles, it's exclusive economic zone. So, this is also correct. D is right. See, 1 and 2 you can answer from this diagram. 2 is common sense question. One state will have one law, the other state the other law. No, right? No. Ships of all states, whether coastal or landlocked, enjoy the right of innocent passage to the territorial sea. So, through common sense you can answer that. This is it for today. In the description you will have 2 links. One is for the Zoom meeting for the workshop on UPSC Meditational Mentorship, scheduled at 10 a.m. tomorrow, that is on November 1st. And the second link to access the PDF of the detailed explanation of these C.A.R.E MCQs. Thank you.